Good morning, sir.
Ms. Aguirre, would you please raise your right hand? Where are you?
She doesn't have video on, Judge.
Judge, you're muted.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Aguirre, if you would raise your right hand.
Your Honor, she does not have video enabled.
I noticed. So Ms. Settles, can you, as officer of the court, verify?
Oh, here we go, Judge.
There
Here
she
we go.
is.
All right.
Hello.
Ms. Aguirre, if you'll raise your right
Yes,
hand,
sir.
please. Get it closer to your, there it is. Okay, I got you.
Mhm.
Where'd you go? There you are. Do you solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, put your hand down. Ms. Aguirre, I need to inform you of quite a few rights and protections that you are allowed in our courts in this country and in this state. The first right you always have is the right to remain silent. That means that you do not have to make any kind of statement. You don't have to answer any questions. Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, sir.
Also have the right to a jury trial. That is, you could go ahead and you and your attorney and the state's attorney could select 6 people at random from the community and have them hear the evidence in this case and decide whether you're guilty or not guilty. You understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to confront witnesses. That means that you and or your attorney could ask questions of and challenge any witness who would testify if you decided to go to trial. You understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to what's called the right of appeal. That means that you and or your attorney could, in a proper fashion with the right papers and the right time, demand a higher court review the official record which is being prepared and the evidence in this case for whatever challenge you wanted to make. That's called the right of appeal. Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You and the state, by the way, both of you have the right to demand that this proceeding be held in the public courtroom. However, because of the pandemic emergency, we're not doing that. We're doing this by video conference rather. Do you understand that that's a right that you can demand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All these rights, if you enter into a plea agreement, all these rights you give up. Are you freely and voluntarily giving up these rights and entering into a plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you some documents. The first one will address the video conference, and the state is the one that is signing and agreeing to that. Patricia, if you will show us the video conference agreement, the consent. Now, I'll point out to you that all of the documents, with one exception, are going to have identifying information. And they'll all be the same as this one up above, with one exception. This says cause number 624462, the state of Texas versus Christopher Roel Aguirre, in County Court at Law number 5, Bexar County, Texas. Now that's the identifying information. This particular document, the title of it and all the titles will be in bold print, all capitals. This one is state's consent to video conference. Instead, the state and you both have the right to demand, as I said earlier, this hearing be in public, in the courtroom. You'll notice that this document is a consent, and Mr. Andrew Harris Edelman has signed on behalf of the Bexar County District Attorney's Office. The document I'm showing you now, the new one, is discovery acknowledgement. That refers to Article 39.14 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. What that means is this is a particular law that the state of Texas requires the prosecutors to make available to you and your attorney all documents, receipts, information, evidence, everything that is necessary for you to be fully informed, and you and your attorney can make an intelligent decision on this matter. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you see that that law has been obeyed or complied with because it's been signed by Mr. Edelman and Ms. Settle? Did you see that? Of course, I've signed it now too.
Yes, Your Honor.
This document now being shown to you has again the identifying information. It says defendant's consent to video conference. This is your consent. And did you review all these documents with Ms. Settle?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this has your signature on there, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Now the document being shown to you is the defendant's waiver of constitutional rights and court's admonitions. This starts off with 3 individual sentences, and then the rest of the document is divided into 15 numbered sections or divisions. The first sentence says that you don't need for me to read to you the official documents that charge you with the offense of prostitution with 1 or 2 priors. Did you see the first sentence and it says, I don't need you to read it to me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, the second sentence says, I understand what I'm charged with. And it says what you're charged with. Then the third one says, I hereby enter a plea of nolo contendere, no contest, to the allegation of prostitution, 1 or 2 priors. Did you see and understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, as I said, the rest of it is divided into numbered sections. Number 1 talks about the range of punishment, the amount of punishment that can be placed on you as a result of a conviction in this matter or a plea in this matter. There's a stack of little boxes that are vertically stacked, and next to each one is a particular type of case or range or offense. This one has 1 check mark in all the stack, and that is Class A. That means that the punishment for your offense is a fine from $0 to $4,000 and jail from 0 days to 1 year. Are you aware that that is the range of punishment that you're subject to?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Number 2, do you see it clearly?
Yes, sir.
What does it say?
I understand I have the right to a jury trial, a right to cross-examination of a witness, and a right to remain silent. I freely and voluntarily give up those rights.
Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Number 3, let me ask you, have you ever had medications or mental health problems?
No, Your Honor.
You're not taking or being given any mental health type of medication?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Number 4 briefly talks about the fact that you're pleading nolo contendere. You know what it is, and it's in your best interest. That's why you're doing it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have you ever been involved or had to participate in the sex offender registration program?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I was under adjudication.
All right. Did you see number 5 talks about the consequences of Chapter 62, the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Sex Offender Registration Program?
Yes,
Did
Your Honor.
Ms. Settle talk to you about that?
No, Your Honor.
But you're aware of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Settle, do you feel that number 5 has been complied with?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Have you looked carefully at all the 15 chapters in this, divisions in this particular document?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, number 15 in particular it says that I can be required to order a risk and needs assessment. Do you understand what that means?
Not exactly, Your Honor.
All right. Before giving you any kind of a sentence or punishment, the law says that I can be required to have a study done to determine what risks and needs are applicable in your case. What is it that we can do or to help you, or what should we do to help you? Now
Yes, Your Honor.
we can stop this proceeding now and get that done, or you can waive that. The document says you're waiving that. Are you sure that's what you want to do? If you're not sure, you don't have to be. We can always bring you back another day and we can have this looked at.
No, Your Honor. I understand.
You want to go ahead and waive that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you've already signed, you've reviewed this with your attorney and you've signed it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You have any questions, ma'am?
No, Your Honor.
Now, this document this is my document. It has the identifying information, but then the title is Trial Court's Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. This has a stack of little boxes, and next to each one, it has a declaration or explanation concerning your right of appeal. I have already told you that you have no right of appeal if you do a plea bargain.
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
have checked off the fifth box, and as a judge, I certified that this is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. That's the only check mark on all these boxes. I have signed that. It appears you and your attorney have signed this document too. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, the next document should be, that's probably the only one that doesn't have the identifying information. Well, no, it does have it. It's what's called the application for, is this going to be what kind of probation are we looking at, Mr. Edelman?
We're not looking at any sort of probation, Your Honor. We intend that Ms. Aguirre's time in jail be credited towards her sentence, and we intend that the judgment be satisfied.
All right, very good. Ms. Patricia?
I'm getting the document, Judge.
I understand. All right. What I'm showing you now is what's called a plea bargain agreement. By the way, where were you born, Ms. Aguirre?
I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay. Then you'll notice this is called a plea agreement. This one, the identifying information is your name, the case number, but it doesn't say the court. It doesn't need to in this particular case. Now, there's a series of boxes. The first two I have marked or had marked. It indicates that, well, again, we've explained the right to remain silent. It's a very, very important right. And I've also checked the box that says that you are a U.S. citizen. There's particular reasons for it. The next part of this document says Defendants Acknowledgements. There's 5 boxes stacked vertically. They're all checked off, meaning that all the information and statements in that area of Defendants Acknowledgements, you understand and agree that these things have been explained to you clearly, that you understand them. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, the charge is prostitution. Your plea officially is, again, what?
No contest?
That is correct. A no contest plea in this court is taken as a guilty plea and is sufficient for me to convict you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, in this particular section, now it says in return for defendant's plea, the parties further mutually agree to and recommend the following. First of all, it says other. The court orders you to go into the offices of County Court Number 5 within 7 days from today
Yes,
to
Your Honor.
provide a thumbprint to the documents that are required to be printed as such. It's under Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 38.33. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need you to go there. The offices are in the hallway behind the main courtroom for County Court 5. It's County Court 5 is on the 4th floor of the Justice Center, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, based on your plea, I find you guilty. You're sentenced to 2 days Bexar County Jail, 0 fine or costs. You are given credit for time served, time and money run concurrently. The court finds that you have satisfied this judgment. In addition, the court takes into consideration case number 645145. That case will be dismissed. Based on my declarations and my findings, the court finds that you have satisfied the judgment. You owe nothing further to the state of Texas or to County Court of Law Number 5 in particular on this case and in case 645145. Any questions, Mr. Edelman?
No, Your Honor, and I'm preparing the dismissal form for 645145 now.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, Ms. Settle?
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
And Ms. Aguirre, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you stay out of trouble, you hear?
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, courts, Ms. Settle and Ms. Aguirre, you are excused. Don't forget to go put your thumbprint on the papers.
Yes, sir. I'll do that as soon as possible.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You are excused.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You
Have a good
too.
day.
Stay safe.